Hey guys, today I want to talk about 4 teams that should be very concerned going into free agency. Now, as we all know, free agency is the best place for a team to get better, prepare themselves for the direction that the team is going to be headed in, whether it be rebuilding or contending. Well, the teams on the list I have today are teams that have major concerns in what they're trying to achieve. Now, an example like the Pelicans can really kick back and relax for free agency since they're rebuilding and they're pretty much set and ready with Zion, Alonzo, Ingram, and Jackson Hayes. Now, a team like the Celtics aren't going to be on this list because they are transitioning from contending to rebuilding, with Kyrie and Horford most likely leaving the team. However, because of their plentyful of young talent and assets, it is a very smooth transition for them. So they shouldn't be sweating their pants, really. Now, without further ado, the first team on my list is the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, first and foremost, congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo for winning MVP. Really came from nothing to something. Mad respect. Mad respect. Now, the Bucks this season, or last season rather, has accomplished many feats. They had a historic point differential, and well, they won 60 games, the only team in the NBA to do that last season. Now, a lot of that is attributed to Giannis phenomenal MVP play, and also their great 3-point shooting. Now, the problem is their 3-point shooting core in like Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, and Brook Lopez. Well, they're all free agents. Chris Middleton and Malcolm Brogdon are restricted free agents, while players like Brook Lopez are unrestricted free agents. Now, the main problem would be Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez has a phenomenal shooting, it was crazy. They call him Splash Mountain for a reason. And well, because of his great shooting, other teams will confirm be really interested in acquiring Brook Lopez. He can fit in quite literally any team that needs him, because every team needs a Brook Lopez pretty much. Well, this means that the market for Brook Lopez is going to be pretty high, and that a lot of teams are going to offer him a lot of money that maybe the Bucks just can't afford that kind of money. This means that unless Brook is willing to take less money, Splash Mountain is probably gone from Milwaukee. He fits so dang well with Giannis that losing him would be really bad for the Bucks. Now then, we have Middleton, who is probably going to get a max from a team. I don't think he's worth the max, and it won't be beneficial from the financial point of things for the Bucks to match such an offer. Even if he gets an offer less than a max, about 25 mil a year, I think that's more realistically where Middleton should be if he were to get paid crazy amounts of money. I still don't think that the Bucks might match that for Middleton, unless Middleton again is willing to take a pay cut to resign with the Bucks. Then we have the 50-40-90 club, Malcolm Brogdon, who is also a restricted free agent. He is most likely going to get a big deal from another team that could really sway the Bucks from matching that offer. If worse comes to worse, the Bucks could be much worse than years prior, and they could really just fall off in the contention of the championship next season. And all this is unless Giannis just unlocks Ultra Instinct mode and terrorizes the entire NBA, crushing each team one by one. Next, we have the Golden State Warriors. First, I would wish KD and Klay to recover nicely from their horrible injuries and come back better than ever. However, there's a pretty decent chance that they won't be the same great players as before. Due to this, the Warriors front office have a really tough decision ahead of them. They have expressed in many articles that they want to give both players the max. But if they do give both KD and Klay the max, it will cost them hundreds of millions in luxury tax. Even then, it's a risk to resign these guys because, we don't know whether they'll come back from injury the same player they are. For example, would Clay's defense still be on par after the ACL tear? Would KD still be silky smooth on every inch of the court after that ruptured Achilles? We won't know. We will never know. Such a big risk if they do. Well, we sign both of them. Furthermore, if they do give both players a max, they have no money at all to sign quality role players. They only can get players for the minimum contract, or the exception, like how they got Cousins. Wow. Well, but the problem is that their bench depth, that terrible bench depth, was really evident in the recent finals run. Not only that, but this Warriors core is, well, you may not notice it, but they're getting older. Their core 4 in Curry, Clay, KD, and Draymond, yeah, let's put KD in the mix, why not, are all about 30 years old. Curry's about 30, Clay's about 29, Draymond, I'm not too sure, but he's about 20, 29, 28, and KD, I believe he's 31. Around that age. Well, and because of this, they are slowly, very, very slowly, you are noticing it, but they're slowly getting out of the prime. Sooner or later, it's bad. And the problem with this is that the Warriors need, if they resign KD and Clay, they will at least need 2 years to realistically start contending again. Why do I say this? Well, next year, KD and Clay are out for the whole season, and the year after that, typically players don't come back from their injury snap and run in like crazy. They don't just come back and be the same player they are in the same year. Just look at a player like Gordon Hayward. Broke his leg, and this year in Boston he was really bad. He had very nice glimpse of what he was from time to time, but for the most part, this is his recovery year still. Anyways, that's why they need at least 2 years to realistically start contending again. But if I were Bob Myers, I'm 100% against re-signing KD. So at the very least, they can get some nice complementary pieces to surround Steph and Draymond, at least for next year. And I don't think it's a good idea to re-sign KD anyways. I think he's leaving. That's a simple fact. I think he's just leaving for, say, Brooklyn. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers. After the Anthony Davis trade, the Lakers' depth is now paper thin. They have LeBron, they have AD, and they have Kuzma. And no one else, basically. With currently 24 million in cap, they can't and really should not go for a max free agent. The problem is that quality role players, which they should get, aren't exactly easy to get to. Trying to go after guys like Bogdanovich and maybe Darren Collison to fill out their starting lineup, well, it could already, in between two players, use up 24 million in cap that they have. Then they can re-sign Kentavious for another year, rather funny, as a 6th man, but then the rest of the bench would be pretty bad. Maybe Mo Wagner can blossom into something, but it's unlikely. Now, not only that, but other teams that dislike the Lakers can easily screw up their plans by offering big 1-year deals to these free agents just so that the Lakers can get them. Think of a deal like Trevor Ariza's deal to the Suns last year for 15 mil 1 year. Think of that, and maybe the Suns can offer a 1-year $20 million deal to Bogdanovich, or maybe say a team like, I'm not too sure, the Mavericks would offer a 1-year $10 million deal to Darren Collison. Little contracts like that can really screw up the Lakers because they only have 24 million in cap space to use. They don't have much wiggle room. Funny enough to say, that's a lot of money. Anyways, if all that happens and the Lakers get no one, this team could really just be a two-headed monster, Kuzma and G League players. Not exactly a championship team if you were asking me. Finally, we have the New York Knicks. The Knicks have about, I believe the projected cap space is 78 million that they intend to use in signing 2 max free agents. We heard all the talks about how everyone wants to go to the Knicks. That's a problem. They probably can't get any free agents. Now, hear me out. With KD suffering a ruptured Achilles, he is most likely picking up his option in Golden State, if not re-signing there, because they have expressed that they want to re-sign him. And Kawhi is most likely staying in Toronto, or if he's leaving, he's joining the Clips. Then Kyrie is basically already in Brooklyn, and if anything, they're going to bring KD along to Brooklyn as well. Then another top free agent we have is Jimmy Butler. He is most likely to get the max from the Sixers, and we have Kemba, who is basically a Hornet until the end of time. Basically, all the top free agents are unlikely to go to the Knicks. This leaves all that cap space for other free agents, or the above average tier of free agents, such as Chris Middleton, Nikola Vucevic, and Tobias Harris. Knowing the Knicks front office, no one can trust them. They might just panic and offer those guys max deals, and a team of Chris Middleton, Vucevic, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. That's not a championship team for I don't care how long. Now, hopefully they don't do that and save the money for future free agencies. But the problem is that the quality of free agents this year is probably the best it's going to be in a long while. And the window for the Knicks may have already closed on them. So those are the 4 teams I believe are really concerned for free agency. A quick mention to the Houston Rockets, who have no cap space to upgrade their team, and Chris Paul and James Harden are basically hating on each other. Yeah, it's not exactly all peachy in Houston. They have a problem. Anyways, I don't have much more to say, so thank you guys for watching. You could agree with everything I said in this video, and well, you could disagree. We are all human, but at the end of the day. So I do want to hear your thoughts, so comment them down below. But remember that everything I said could just be me being totally biased.